What a go on, good and gentle people. Alright, so I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys, right? I have come to Medellin on a trip to just clear my brain and reset, right? Many of you watch my videos that I shot in September in Negril knew that that trip was something like what I'm doing right now, where I was just kind of clearing my brain and stuff, right? So the plan for Medellin was really no plan. I was originally trying to go to Japan. That didn't really work out, and then I still wanted to go somewhere. And as a Jamaican, traveling to Colombia is pretty easy. We don't need a visa, and as far as I can see, cost of living isn't super high. And I said, yo, this is a place I want to come and spend some time. Now, in terms of my overall mission, don't know what that is yet, because I didn't come here for anything specific. You know, like you've got somewhere and you're like, oh, I have to see this place and that place and do this and that. I didn't know anything about Colombia. All I knew is that cost of living was decent. It's a city I've always wanted to see. It would check, you know, I'd get a new country off my list, and hopefully within a month I'm here doing my meditating, going around, occasionally making content. I can build a vibe, right? So, you know, I'm really trying to go back into my YouTube roots in my mind and think of maybe 8 years ago when I used to fantasize about coming here and all the things that I do. Like, no, I don't feel that way. And just try and figure it out, you get me? So I might just record some day-to-day stuff, and then as I build up, as the energy comes back, because I'm still kind of physically tired, we'll see what happens. But today, right now, it's Sunday here in Medellin, and I'm gonna go to this place called Éxito Último. I went there yesterday, supermarket, and I'm gonna just get some chicken and maybe some onions and stuff so I can cook some food here every now and then, right? Alright, that's the plan. Hola and greetings from Medellin. Alright, so I'm walking on one of the back streets right now near Calle 10, I think. And I have to give you just some quick observations while it's fresh in my brain. Alright, so Medellin, like, just this area, I'm not going to say the whole place. It feels a lot like a mixture of New York and Tokyo. Right? Like, Tokyo is very dense. And when you're in Tokyo and you're moving around, it feels like this. Like, this feels like Tokyo. Like, narrow streets, everything is like tightly packed. And last night when I was walking around, I mean, there were literally like tens of thousands of people like rolling around. It was crazy, right? Okay, this is where I was yesterday. Yeah, tens of thousands of people, right? And the architecture of the place, like the sweeping hills, the types of buildings around, all this kind of cool stuff, right? Like, this reminds me of New York, it reminds me of Tokyo. You get me? It reminds me a lot of those places. And that's interesting, you know? The weather here is kind of cool, like it's not like warm and it's not cold, right? So I guess that's what they call it. La ciudad de primavera eterna. Like city of eternal spring, because it's like spring weather in America. So it's kind of coolish, but not cold. So last night was like a little chilly. I could have worn a jacket, but I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at some of these buildings, yo. Like, they have these, like, the buildings look pretty cool, right? So that's one of my first observations, right? Very dense, very built up city, you know? Every corner has like things, and there's like so much artwork and bars and food, and then the food is like generally not expensive. And it feels like New York in that way, like when you're in Williamsburg going down some streets, or you're in the West Village, you know what I mean? It feels that way, right? And I'm walking off the main road on purpose right now, just kind of trying to get a general sense of where I am. Seeing a couple streets parallel, a couple streets close. And yeah, it's very interesting, you know? Met a couple characters, like I met the owner of a place called Gringo Loco, and he's a character, you know? Trying to meet some people in the city, but I'm giving myself some time, you know? Because, you know, I've been very, very just tired in my life, you know? So part of my trip coming here is to just kind of relax, you know what I mean? So relax, walk around, make some videos every now and then,
You know what I mean? And so I'm going to Exito Ultimo right now, which is a supermarket. But I just kind of want to give you like a quick sense of some of these things. You see me? Which is like the way the city feels. Like there's so much going on here, and I think I'm in a dead end. I don't know where I'm going. I'm probably being followed at the same time. Hold on. Oh, no. I actually saw this yesterday. There's a little path here that leads to the main road, right? Yeah, man. So, see, I'm already getting used to the place. I saw somebody walk here yesterday, so I know where I am. That's another thing about traveling, that I like doing these things to get a sense of where I am, just in case you need to just move around in different ways, you know what I'm saying? It's like a nice mixture of residential and city where I am. And so far, you know, it's just very interesting. Like, it takes a couple days for a new city to sink into your bones, you know? But I'm already getting the vibe of the place. Like, it's different kinds of trees, different kinds of buildings. You know what I mean? I'm getting a sense of the price of like food and stuff. And apparently where I am is like the party areas. If you want to step into that every night of the week, you can party. You know what I mean? But I'm eventually gonna, you know, like hop on a metro and go to other parts of the city and stuff, you know? So, quick update. Next stop, supermarket. Alright, so I'm at the Exito Central. So this is the Exito Ultimo gas station, right? Gas station, supermarket. So I was here yesterday and I'm back to try and get some chicken and stuff, right? So this place is pretty big. It's like a mall slash, it's like a mall. It's like electronics. Hold up. Mall slash electronics. Yeah, that's where I went yesterday. Yesterday I went here to get food and things. You get me? So it's like a massive store. They have like everything. So I have some electronic stuff I want to try to find and keep it moving. Alright, so I'm here, and what I've heard about the groceries in Colombia is that they're pretty cheap. So I want to try to find some stuff like plantain and maybe some fruits to eat, as well as some chicken and some rice, like simple, you know? So the fruit section. Éxito marca propia. So this is 13,000 per gram. I think this, it looks like US. Yeah, $4.40 US for a pound, a gram, pound of. Oh, these are cheap. Wow. 2,000. This is less than $1 US per gram. Alright. And then we have some stuff here. Obviously everything is in Spanish. But the prices so far, this is like $1 something. But it's 3,900 Colombian pesos to 1 US, right? So this is like $1.10. 3 is 9, so this is like $2 something. So you know, like, it's not too bad. I mean, I don't shop in the States, so I don't really know. Yeah, potatoes, but I don't have a lot of space. You get me? Plantain. All right, this is what I was looking for. Platano verde, green plantain. So it's like less than $1 per gram. So I think I might get 2 of these. First, I can look for some oil. I keep forgetting to catch these Spanish interactions, and I just asked her about different kinds of meat, and I was like saying, you know, I don't really know the word for chicken breast, and she was explaining to me. But yo, they have a lot of different kind of meat here, man. Way more meat than I'd seen in a Jamaican shop. Not saying anything about Jamaica, it's just different. You get me? Whole heap of beef parts, and I mean, our meat section is big, you know what I mean? But like, it smells different, you know? they look like they have a lot more different kinds of, a whole lot more beef products, and different brands of beef products. Because Medellin has the same population as Jamaica. This city has 3 point something million people, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna keep looking for this chicken. I can't even find the chicken. I don't even know where it is. Okay, here we go. This looks like some chicken. Yep. And quanto costa? Alright, about $4 a gram. Así frico. Mede filets de petit prozos. I don't know which one is which. I think I want to get this one because this is like a couple different chicken breasts. But I don't know what they're. Oh, here we go. 750 gram. This is about $4. About $4. Alright, so I just came from the supermarket. And I've heard that the groceries in Colombia are not as expensive as in other places. Now, personally, I don't know if I'm shopping at a more upscale supermarket because I'm in El Poblado. Maybe if I was at like a local supermarket, it'd be cheap. But I got like 3 chicken breasts, some vegetables, onion, oil, and salt, and a plantain, and everything came to like $12. So I don't think that's bad, because I can maybe make 3 or 4 meals out of it, so about $3 a meal, you understand? So that's not too bad, you get me? So as time goes on, I'm gonna try and see if I can track to a smaller supermarket and probably get better prices, you get me? Because the mission here is to cook on occasion and then eat out on occasion, you know? Since I'm here for a month, like basically living and staying. Alright, look like rain about to come, but yeah man, I got my groceries and heading back now. Yo, what I'm realizing right now is this is a very high wealth frequency situation. I'm sitting here in this nice studio apartment in Medellin, Colombia, or Medellin, Colombia, and it is so comfortable in here, you know what I mean? I have stayed in a nice Airbnb before when I went to Bangkok, and I've been to a couple different ones, but I never committed to like a month somewhere. And you know, I just finished cooking some food over there. You can hear the birds chirping outside. It's nice and cool. I'm just relaxing on the bed watching some TV shows, and this is a nice level of life right now, you know? And I realize sometimes to aim for more, sometimes you have to plug yourself into a situation like that where your brain starts adjusting its own wealth frequency, where your brain says, hey, this is normal, this is how I roll. And then things in your life will start adjusting to match that, you get me? But it's a conscious step you have to take, because just looking around this apartment, right? It is not a big apartment. You know, it's just a studio apartment. But it's very nicely set up. And the way I feel when I wake up in here is I feel very calm. You know, I feel very centered. And this calm and centered feeling comes from the environment I'm in, right? And the more I open the door, go in and out, to my day-to-day here, it's the more I'm building this frequency and expectancy of this reality. And because I'm doing that, I believe it's going to help me in the near future to aim for certain things that I would normally aim for, because I'm in the space, you get me? When you're in a space of more lack, in whatever way you define it to be, you don't tend to aim for the same kind of things. You get anxious about certain kind of things. I'm going to give you an example, right? So for example, right now, if I was to get a remote job or something, and I wanted to build them, I would just have to build them when I'm building them, and even ask for like a deposit, which I may not normally do with certain clients. And I realized that if I'm in this space and place, I'm gonna worry less about that outcome because I'm projecting that frequency. You get me? Because in this space, I'm like, oh, I'm doing very well. I'm feeling very good. So, these are the kind of clients I work with. This is the kind of life I live. These are the kind of things I do. These are the things I'm trying to communicate to my brain on a subconscious level. You get me? And sometimes inserting yourself into these positions helps to activate that. It's like a trigger mechanism, right? Because I was very surprised when I came in here. I was like, wow, this feels like me. Like, it feels so nice and comfortable, tasteful, relaxed. Just the right amount of space, right, for me. Nice and cool. I don't even need a fan. You've not requested one, right? But I mean, I'm just here and I can get up. Look out this lovely view at these other buildings here and these nice trees, you get me? And point of this video is this is not even flossing or anything. This is my second day here, and I'm just realizing that this in itself is a wealth frequency. It is something I decided 4 years ago after going to Bangkok. I said, because when I was going to Bangkok, I was like, I'm not doing any hostel. I'm not lugging it. I'm going to get a space. I'm going to get like a studio apartment. And it was the best choice I ever made. Because at the end of the day, you're so relaxed in your own space. And that's what I said I want to do with Medellin. Because I don't know the country. And anytime I travel, there are only 3 things I really need to know. 1, am I very comfortable when I'm sleeping? 2, am I near to nightlife and interesting action? And then 3, am I going to be worried about anything where I'm staying? So that's basically it, So I'm realizing that one of the best things you can do, in whatever way you do it, it doesn't have to be like what I'm doing here, a studio apartment for a month. It can be, you get a nice hotel for 2 days and just really relish it, really feel like, oh, this is my lifestyle. When I fly, I'm at the best hotels. When I do Airbnb, I get the best Airbnb or whatever. You have to think like that. And then don't worry about the other aspects of reality, because right now I'm separate. I'm away from everything I know. Never been in this kind of country before, Spanish speaking of this level. I mean, I've been to Barcelona, but I'm in an apartment by myself. I don't know anybody. There are no triggers around me really relative to things that I was worrying about in Jamaica. And that will allow my brain hopefully to expand more, you know what I mean? So I'm really hoping that my trip raises my vibration in a way that it just makes me like aim for different things and stuff, you know what I mean? Because I've been really, really mentally tired the last few years. Physically tired, mentally tired, anxious, stressed, And for me to just be like chilling here, watching some TV, no plans really, just taking it easy, taking it calm, it's a blessing. Big ups.